Hi guys.
Hey,
So this is Freddy and Brian, FMB,
FMB.
FMB.
We still haven't nailed down a name for this podcast, but
Yeah, we'll
it'll
get there.
happen.
We'll get there.
Intro here.
Insert intro.
um, it's been another minute since we've recorded, and still trying to figure it out, I guess. But tonight, we decided to talk about something that we just dealt with actually these last couple of days.
Yeah.
Which was time apart from each other.
A little bit of alone time, I guess.
Yeah. So B went home to California for the weekend.
Yeah. Went home to California. Went back to where I was living in LA, and stayed with my old roommate. Got to hang out with some old friends who I haven't seen any of them in years. But I went alone.
Yeah, I stayed home. We had car trouble, and I was just like, I wasn't in a great place.
Yeah.
To like travel and like
be with people.
Yeah. So I stayed home and I vegged out and I cocooned and I did all the
more on
things.
That later.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was hard for me because I have become a codependent person. So It was tough to be separated from you for those 2 days. Harder than I really thought it was going to be. Because it had been how long since we've been separated?
I feel like I've gone. Oh no, it was in October,
What?
when I went for that Halloween party, my friend's Halloween party.
Yeah, but you went overnight.
Was it just one night?
Yeah, you went one night and then you came back.
Yeah.
I barely remember that, but I don't know why this time it was just so like.
Well, there's been a lot of going on stuff too.
Yeah, it's true. It's been, man, this year started like so tough. I can't wait to get past all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like last year.
So I was gone for 2 nights.
Yeah.
And, when I'm gone, we don't speak that much. Because, I'm off doing whatever.
Yeah.
And, just a lot of check-ins, a lot of seeing how everything is, if you're okay.
Yeah, we connected a lot this time. Yeah. I feel like.
I think so.
A lot more than ever. Really. Because I used to say I can count on both hands how many times you and I have had an actual conversation on the phone.
Yeah.
Because we just don't.
Yeah.
Not even when we're separated, really. By space or whatever,
Yeah.
We just don't. We just haven't. It's just a text message or good morning and good night.
Yeah.
When we're separated. But this time I messaged you a lot.
Yeah.
And you messaged me a lot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And I missed you.
I missed you so much.
And
it was hard.
So everyone I was with has a connection with Freddy too. Right? And they all know Freddy, love Freddy. And so a good chunk of my time was talking about my husband not being there. Talking about like how's Freddy doing, what's Freddy up to. Because of these are friends that we haven't seen in a while. They had no idea about the job change.
Oh yeah.
They,
my whole life changed.
What's going on in our, what's been going on, what's all updates.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, so I had to say repeat some of the same conversations
over and over.
Yeah, and which was okay, because. Now that was done, they're not going to bring it up later.
Yeah.
And, but each of them asked how you were. Each of them was interested, wanted to know how's Freddy, blah blah blah. So everyone misses and loves you.
Yeah. I miss them too. I just didn't have the energy for it this time.
Yeah.
I want to go back sometime. We had already planned to do that before this. So we just gotta make time again.
Yeah, and it was this time. So normally Freddy takes pictures with dogs at parties.
Yeah.
So I was doing that this year.
Oh, yeah. All the dogs find me at parties.
Uh-huh.
And then we can become best friends. Yeah, everywhere I go. Which is what I did this weekend, which actually helped a lot too. So I dog sat for my amazing neighbor. And I just went for a few hours a couple of times a day and hung out with them. And yeah, so it helped because dogs just give light.
Yeah.
They just love. And they just love me, and I just love them, and they don't leave me alone. It's just, I just love it. I could have 10 dogs like that, just climbing all over me all the time. But yeah, so I got to do that, which did help. And I took a bunch of long baths and laid around, but I'm glad you're home.
Yeah.
Those 2.5 days felt like forever.
You wasted a lot of water in all those baths.
I did. I did. But I don't do that a lot, so I thought it's fine. I needed it this weekend.
So let's talk a little bit about that codependency thing then. Why are you feeling that way?
I don't know. I feel since I've been going through this kind of, rebuilding of who I am and understanding things about myself and about my family and like connecting the dots, right? And part of it is just wanting to connect more with the people that I love. And you and I have just gotten so close.
Yeah.
So close in these last weeks.
Months.
Yeah, but these last few weeks, like the most. And I have come to depend on you a lot in those weeks also. So it was really hard because I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. So I missed it a lot. So it's hard for me to feel motivated to do much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm an only child. So I don't have technically that codependency issue or concern.
Yeah.
As much as I rely on you for a lot.
Yeah.
Going away for a couple days just makes me miss you more. And I couldn't wait to come home to you.
Yeah. I was kind of feeling like, well, maybe he'll feel like, oh, it'll be nice to have a night away from my husband for, a couple nights or whatever, because I always have to be by you, or I always need to know where you are or whatever.
Uh-huh. You're worried too.
Yeah, I am a worrier.
Yeah. I try to check in and stuff and let you know, I'm like, hey, I'm leaving here.
Yeah, and then when I didn't hear from you, I was just like, just check in with me because, I worry. And you did. It was fine. It was perfect. Because then I could be like, okay, he's passing Baker. That means in about this many minutes, I should hear he's at State Line. And then if he's at State Line, he'll be home in an hour. I can count on, then I could think like that. And then I wouldn't have to worry when I would hear.
Yeah.
I know I'm a worrier. I always have been.
But it is, I think, a good thing to have that little bit of time apart. Makes you like miss.
Right. It is nice. You're right. It is nice thinking about how much I missed you and how much you missed me, right? Like, yeah. It is nice to have that feeling that even after all these years, we do still love being together.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, really.
Yeah, right.
So, I'm glad you're back.
I am too.
And I really am glad that you had a great time with your friends.
Yeah, and I do feel like I wish you were there for some of those moments. I had a friend who, all of these friends I haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
But I'm super close with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them in particular did not know I was coming at all.
Oh, yeah.
And so and it was her birthday, and we got to surprise her.
Yeah.
Her sister and I were figuring it out, and so she opened the door, saw me, had her kid in her arm, and let go of her. She's like, "Oh my God!"
Aww. Yeah, because man, it had been years.
Yeah.
Since you guys had seen each other, so I bet that was a great reunion.
Yeah.
I love those reunions.
Yeah. And then my LA friends, one of them was talking about that it doesn't really feel like we're gone for so long. A lot happens, but our connection with each other doesn't like skip a beat type of thing.
Yeah. So
we could get right back into like, hi, how's it going? And being
like you were never gone.
Yeah.
Like there's no time.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
So we go over things. Everyone has stuff going on with them in their lives, and we get to check in on everyone and reconnect on just where you are in your life.
Yeah.
So those moments are worth
the time apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have groups of people like that, like you do, because I never had a tribe anywhere.
Yeah.
Like now we're making one here, but I never. I guess no, I don't know that you can count like me, Denise, Richard, and Mo. Is
that's I would think that, but
yeah, kind of.
Because
but they're a couple.
You guys, but you have that connection from a group. Not because you like for me and us, my LA group is because we were all in the vicinity of living with each other.
It's proximity, right?
And yours was because of work,
which is proximity. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, but it was a couple. It was just 4 people. That's like, is that really a tribe? Although, with Denise and I, it is like that. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. It's like no time has passed when we're together.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it has been years that we wouldn't talk. And now we connect, a lot more often. But it is, I guess, important that we do take time apart sometimes.
Yeah. But I want you there on the next one.
Yeah. We'll plan it.
And everyone says, you could stay with us. You could stay with us. We have an extra room. The couch pulls out. Everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously you gave the invite to them to be here. That they could come here.
Oh, of course. They know that.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys know I have rooms. Mm-hmm. And then it was really funny because I asked Lucy out Friday night with us, and she's like, I could try, but she was super high. She's like, I can't go nowhere. It was super high.
That's fun. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Anything else you can think of to talk about?
No, I think we could still stay on the topic of this a little bit more. I want to feel like we're not really hitting on couples in general taking time apart. I feel like it's been a long time since we've been apart. So like, what does that do to us versus taking time apart? Like, does that help us, hinder us when we never left each other's sides? Does that make sense?
Are you saying, like, if we were to have to be separated for an extended amount of time?
Like, we haven't, because of the last couple of years, pandemic and just not having, like, a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
Like, we've stayed home. We haven't done our weekend getaways.
Yeah.
But we've always just stayed home. And so not having a lot of time apart from each other. Does that help us? Do we bicker more when we're like that?
Okay.
Do we bicker less if we're...
Let's ask one question.
Okay.
Which one? What was the first question?
Do we think not taking time away from each other hurts the relationship?
That's hard to answer because I feel like first it depends on where the relationship is at. Because so right now,
if it's new or if there's
tenured, and if it's in kind of a vulnerable time or a strong time, because you don't want to do time apart when it's vulnerable.
I see.
Because you left knowing that I was going to be fine here at home.
Yeah.
I can take care of myself. If I hang out with friends, it's not anybody you're worried about.
Right.
So that's good that you can feel like that and be away for a couple of days. And you said, I'm going to go here. I already knew, even though you didn't tell me, that you were going to go out and hang out with those people, which is absolutely fine. But wait, I forgot where I was going.
I didn't tell you I was going to hang out with.
No, you told me you were staying the night at Ashley's, and then you were going to the party on Saturday.
Oh, I thought you would assume that
I did.
If I'm with Ashley, she's going to want to go out.
I did. That's literally what I said. I already knew, even though you didn't say it. But I couldn't remember where I was going with that. I lost track.
We both know each other was safe.
Oh yeah, like I knew that wasn't gonna happen, and I knew that I didn't have to worry as long as you were with those people.
Yeah,
they weren't gonna let anything happen to you.
Yeah,
that's what I meant by that. So that,
of course, this is the group where we throw caution to the wind and like, let's try this. Let's do this.
Yeah, but
actually, there was an infamous moment, years back, where before we lived here, where the three of us decided, let's just go to Vegas. Ashley's like, I have to work. Quit your job, bitch. And she did.
Oh, man. And then
you don't like that job? No way.
But were you saying that it was funny because now, almost 10 years later, the conversations are so different?
Yeah.
At the bar.
We were literally sitting at the bar talking about like our medical stuff that's going on. One of my friends was talking about like, I just got my labs done. And I'm on this medication and that medication.
You're comparing lab work.
and the bar was doing like a karaoke night, and it was annoying because there was all these young people were singing.
Young people.
Somebody sang the Pokemon song.
Oh god. Jeez. That's too much.
And it's so funny because like the stuff that was like that we all know, like you know, 80s bands, early 90s bands type of stuff, that all these really young people are singing at the top of their lungs, and I'm like, I had the motherfucking cassette, people.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't know none of
this. And this is oldies to them.
Yeah, this is definitely oldies to them.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. We were born in such a good time, though.
Yeah.
Because we got to see all of this. Like, these kids today, they have no idea that there was a world without this technology.
Uh-huh. 100%.
But we do. We got to see it.
Remember we were watching that show the other night where an 8-track player came up and the person didn't know what it was?
Wasn't it you that didn't know what it was?
No, I know what it was.
Oh.
It was but the contestant didn't know what it was, and she had to skip and lose time, remember?
Yeah. But I mean, 8-track is a long time.
I know what it is.
Now.
I've never seen one, but I know what it is.
Oh, that's what it was. You had never seen one. Yeah. That was funny.
Where were we going with that? How did we get there?
Who knows? Let's rewind a bit. We were talking about time apart and being together too much, and how that,
if it would hurt us,
how that hinders or helps a relationship.
And then you were bringing up, it depends on where we are at the relationship.
Yeah, because
or where someone is at the relationship.
Yeah, time apart is good because, like we were saying before, it's nice to miss each other. It's nice to want your partner to come back.
It's something to talk about. It's something like you can catch your partner up on.
Yeah.
And then it makes you want to do it together later.
Yeah. And then, exactly. And then trips together.
Yeah.
Where you get to explore things together, which...
We did, you actually, when you went to Texas, that was another weekend apart.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but that was around Halloween time.
After Halloween, no?
I can't remember, but maybe. Because I just remember she had Halloween decorations up.
I think it was...
So it was around that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably the last time we were apart for quite a few days at that point.
And you would message me how much you miss me, and you want to sleep next to each other, and
I didn't. That's the hardest part for me is the nighttime.
Yeah,
you know that sleeping by myself is hard, even though you're like 30 feet away from me every day. Just knowing you're there.
30 feet away from you?
Yeah, you sleep at that very edge of the bed.
We're in a king-size bed. That's...
I know, but you sleep at the very edge, and I sleep at the very edge.
That's what I'm used to.
Same.
You trained me to sleep on the sliver of the corner.
Okay. Drama.
Because remember when you stretch out diagonally?
I still do that now.
So that's what I'm used to.
Sometimes my head ends up in your shoulder, or my feet are in the crook of your knees. It's fine. That's why we can't not ever have a king-size bed ever again.
That's also, a little difficult when we're traveling, or if one of us is somewhere else. If the accommodations isn't necessarily like fitting.
Oh, like somebody has a couch.
Yeah, like Ashley, like who I stayed with, only has the couches in her bed.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not going to kick her out of her bed.
Right.
So we would have just the couches. Yeah,
we would have figured it out. I can sleep just about anywhere now.
Well, Charlie said they have a pull-out, so we could do that too.
Oh, yeah. That works. But
I did miss you.
I missed you too.
I got to play with so many dogs, and I was like, "This is what my husband wants."
I was so jelly.
Ashley has 3 dogs. Shelly has 2, or well.
And my boo boo was sending me videos of dogs too, and I was like, "That's fine because I'm gonna go hang out with dogs too."
One of them,
Yeah.
one of Ashley's is a foster, and she hasn't completely committed to owning, but she's going to.
Yeah.
But that dog became my little sidekick for the weekend.
What was his name again?
Archie.
Oh, Archie, that's right.
So Ashley even straight up said, "I was like, what if the universe gave him to me to give to you?"
Me?
Like what if what she said? What if the universe is giving Archie to me, Ashley, and as a facilitator to you, Brian?
Oh. What did you think about that?
I was like, well, I was telling him like this is what we've been talking about. You know, when the universe gives us a dog or a pet, then that's when we'll know.
Yeah, but I hadn't even met Mia yet, and I already loved her. Do you remember? Because I think I was the one that was like, "Can I meet your dog?"
Mm-hmm.
Because you had sent me pictures when we were just chatting of her. You had sent me pictures of her, and I think no, it had been it had been a short time since I had lost my dog, and I was living with my cousin, and I was running with Harley. Remember Harley? He was so cute, Harley. Oh yeah, you live with him too. And you and I met when I was at that time, and you sent me pictures of Mia. And that night first night we ever hung out, you were like, "Oh, can we swing by my apartment? I just want to grab a bag." And then you told me just park right here, and then I was like, "Can I meet your dog?" And then you were like, "Yeah." So then that's when I met her.
Did you say that, or it didn't say? Do you want to come up and meet Mia?
Maybe. Either way,
because I think I had better game than that. So
I don't know if that's true because the one that had the game was Mia. She knew too. She got me. She batted those lashes. You were smart.
See? What I say?
She was the wing woman. Yep, I was hooked after that first meeting.
We talked about that today.
About all the babies.
And Mia specifically, that we talked about how we got her and how Ashley got her.
Yeah.
And she remembers that she didn't tell me Mia was in the house when I came home from work. And Mia just starts like attacking me when I come in.
Oh.
She's like, "Who are you?" And Ashley was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you.
We're fostering another dog." Yeah. Well, but I guess I don't know if too much time apart.
Oh, yeah. What we're talking about.
I'm trying to get back on track. I don't know if too much time apart is a bad thing unless the relationship is in a vulnerable place.
Yeah.
Too much time together
makes you codependent.
Probably. I don't know. Because we were always together before. We were just doing things but together all the time.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel then the way that I feel now.
About being apart?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everything we've been working towards is strengthening that structure
of
our relationship.
So, I guess parts of being alone was nice. But it was...
But now dealing with it.
But even though I enjoyed it, I did miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed you more than I enjoyed it. Yeah. I would rather you have been here. But I really am glad you had a good time out there.
And I think it's more so in your case that you have more of the codependent issues.
Oh, yeah, because you could be alone all the time.
Yeah.
I don't like to be alone.
I enjoy it.
I like alone time when you're downstairs. As long as you're in the house.
That's where I vacation.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
I take my baths. You're down there. I come down. Then we come up together.
Any final thoughts? It could be about anything. We talked about multiple things.
I know, who knows? Who knows how we got around, but it was fun. Yeah. Just, I'm happy you're home.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you went away.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do that.
Yeah. Because this trip specifically, like we've gone back home a lot, but we've always, gone to my mom's, seen our families, and, not necessarily, or our goddaughters, not necessarily like stuff outside of that.
But yeah, because we haven't been able to take the time because we have to work.
Yeah, and it's an additional hour to get to LA.
Yeah, and then it's like we can't stay out there. Well, we didn't know we could stay out there, so it's like if we go out there, we know we're gonna drink.
Yeah.
So then it's like an hour back, and we have to be thoughtful of that. And now we're too old to do dumb stuff, dumb shit.
But now that we know our friends want us there, so they want to take care of us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we were all over the place today.
But it was fun.
Yeah. So this episode is about, time apart.
Time together.
Codependent and dogs.
And dogs. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.